Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In case you're new here, my name's Mary, and here on YouTube I like to share the many projects I have going on around here with you all. In today's video, I'm going to take you with us as we go thrifting. About a month ago, John and I were to Columbus, Ohio, where we hit numerous thrift stores. It was so much fun, and I found some really good bargains, I thought. So let's go back to when this actually took place, and then after that I'll show you what we found. We set out on a Saturday morning and we had about an hour and a half drive. Pretty much drove all the way through, maybe stopping for gas once. Our first store was a Goodwill. Of course, it's always so much fun for me to walk through aisles like this. It just takes a lot of time to see everything. I like to check everything out and just try to imagine, what could I do with this, or is this still a potential treasure? It definitely varies between the different thrift stores. I'm sure if you guys enjoy thrifting, you know that too. I always feel like I sense the vibe as soon as I step inside, is this going to be a good one or not? And this Goodwill here really seemed to have some potential. You guys may be wondering, does John really enjoy thrifting like this? And I wasn't sure what to think to begin with either, because I don't think we've ever really gone thrifting a whole day like this. Maybe just now and then, stopping in at one store, but this was different. He does love garage sailing. We've done that numerous times, but never really, thrifting a whole day like this. But I gotta say, he was really fun to shop with. Like, he didn't complain once. I mean, I could tell it's probably not, of course, as much his thing as mine, but again, he was a good sport and kind of helped me find some things even. We found these pretty cups and we agreed they would make great candle containers. They're fairly large, so they could actually be used maybe as a soup cup, but I thought they're so pretty. I was impressed that he found them. I think we ended up with maybe a dozen of them, and it was kind of funny because he found, I think, maybe 10 here in this store, or was it an odd number, maybe even 9. And then on the other side of the aisle, like way in the back, we ended up finding maybe 2 more, so we had 11, and he really wanted to reach that dozen. And then later on in one of the other stores, it wasn't even a Goodwill, we ended up finding 1 more. So it's almost like meant to be to find that whole set of 12. He was really happy about that. Ended up getting these pretty end tables and a few other items. In fact, I did so well at this first stop, I told John I'd be impressed if I wouldn't find anything else the whole day. I feel like this was worth it already. I really didn't get a lot of video footage of these different thrift stores. I think we ended up visiting maybe 4 or 5 of them. A few of them I didn't really buy anything, I didn't find anything, but for the most part I thought we did really well. It was a fun day. So doesn't that just give you mood to go thrifting? Let me show you what I have here. You probably saw some of the things in the video, but I'll bring you up close here. John found these cute little cups that will make great candle holding containers. And these gray blue ones are pretty too. These are marked 99 cents, but I'm almost thinking we paid 50 cents for them. You know how thrift stores usually have a half off sale on certain colors. And these pretty ivy dishes just caught my eye. I really wonder if they aren't an actual antique. I wanted to do some research on them and didn't get around to it, but if anyone knows, let me know. But I just can't remember ever seeing this before, and just by the way they look, I think they look kind of old and vintage looking. And to me, you can't go wrong with white containers like this. I thought this is so pretty. I think I paid $3.99 for it. And I thought it would make a great little holding container for even like Christmas trees. I know we're almost past Christmas now, but maybe another year. But I'm sure in the meantime I'll use it for something else. I may even end up setting it in my little cabinet with the ivy dishes. I love these soap holders. They were a little bit more pricey, $5.99 each, but I thought they're so pretty, and they're brand new, I think. I thought I could even repaint the greenery. It's maybe not quite my color of green that I like. We'll see. I thought it'd be neat to make a maybe spring gardener soap or something, a bar that would fit perfectly in here. Maybe have them available on my Etsy shop. We'll see. I'd probably have to keep one for myself though. This picture I thought is so pretty. I imagined it would look nice in my shed. I'll probably end up painting the frame. Probably paint it white. I paid $4.99 for it. Aren't these planters just lovely? I thought they would look great with maybe some ivy in them, which would eventually spin up over the cage. When I went to pay for these, the cashier just saw the outside tag, which is $4.99, and I told her, now wait a minute, I think these are priced individually. Like the middle one has a $3.99 tag, and then the small one $2.99. And she said, honey, you just found yourself a bargain today. And she insisted I just take them. I saw right away like my total wasn't enough, but she insisted, so I guess I got a really good bargain, you know, $5 for the set of 3. So pretty. And getting to the small furniture pieces, I thought these are just adorable. It's just a handy thing to have around sometimes when you're sitting, you know, in the living room on the couch, and you just need a little table or something to set a glass on, or even more. And these are foldable, which somebody could just leave them up. I think they look cute this way, or they could then stash them away, you know, fold them and slide them behind the sofa or wherever. I'll definitely be working on these in this video. I'm excited to redo them. So the other pieces I don't have with me, but I'll show them here on the screen as I'm talking about them. But you probably saw the upholstered Ottoman. I thought was so pretty. The one leg is broken off, but I'm sure that can be fixed. Probably paint it and reupholster it. And those end tables just caught my eye for some reason. I thought they looked so pretty with maybe a two-tone, doing part wood and then part painted. We'll see. I'm not sure that I'll get to them in this video, but I'll make sure to share that project with you if I ever do get around to painting them. One more little stool or table that we picked up, I failed to mention it in the video. So moving on, I'll be working on those little end tables and the Ottoman. The first thing I'll work on are these little folding tables. I'm going to create them to be little end tables. We had actually talked about it, you know, could they be bar stools? I think they almost could, but I feel like they're maybe not quite heavy duty enough for that. So I think we'll play it safe and just design them to be little end tables. I think I'll try to keep the base exactly the way it is. I don't even have to paint it. I like the look of it, and then the little black rubber leg ends. I think that looks pretty cute. Now one of them is really nice, like it looks almost new, and the other one has some spots. I'm not sure, is it dirt or is it actually rusted? At first I thought I'll probably end up painting them, but I'm going to see if I can just clean them up, that I don't even have to paint them. And then the seat part I have other plans for, of course, and we'll get to that later. But first let's see if we can get these cleaned up. I'm going to start out by using my Norwex cleaning paste. I've learned that really removes tough stains sometimes. If it doesn't work, I can always go with a scouring pad or something a little rougher. I do want to be careful. I don't want to remove the finish, but hopefully I don't have to do that, but I can always give that a shot. I'm planning on painting these tops white, so I'll go ahead and sand off these prices that someone put on here. I'm afraid they're going to show through if I don't. Might as well sand the whole piece since I'm at it anyway. I have some paint here that I just got out of my paint closet down in the basement. It's winter white. My normal paint I usually use, Do It Best brand, Best Look. It has a satin sheen. So I've talked about these decor transfers before, even showed a few projects in my videos. I'm kind of obsessed with them, to be honest. Some of you guys actually sent me some, and it's always just such beautiful designs, and it's hard to pick which ones to use here. I'm thinking of going with some kind of a, you know, French country design, or, you know, Paris, something that is kind of matching for these two tables in case I decide to keep them together as a set. I'm thinking of going with this clock for the one design, and I realize this will fill up the whole top. It actually, you know, barely fits on. I feel like the second table should then be pretty much full with something too, so it doesn't look too bare. I ended up finding a design that came with a different package that is also French, and I think this might work. I'm gonna hold it onto I'm gonna cut them both out and hold them onto the tops, kind of see how it looks before I just go ahead and transfer them. Maybe I'll still do a floral of some kind to go with these words, just to fill it up a bit. So I felt like the clock still needed something in this space, and maybe even something pink to kind of go with this little table. So I have some words here that are pink, and I also have a few flowers that would be fitting to put in here. I think I'll add some words first, and I can always add some flowers in here if I decide to. But I'll have to cut these words up because they're of course too big, you know, to fit into this space. So I might just go with maybe a few of these kind of middle words here. I'm pretty sure this probably doesn't make any sense in French, whatever I'm doing here, but of course I'm just doing it for the look. The place where I usually get these transfers is called a Patterson Art Studio, and I'll have their link down below in the description box. It is an Etsy shop, and they have all kinds of transfers. It's so fun to look through them. I definitely advise you to check them out if you're looking to do some projects like this. I had other things going on today, so I didn't get around to finishing these until it was evening and I'm out of daylight, but here I am just applying a polyacrylic. I haven't always done this step when I work with these transfers, but I do know for a surface like this, especially with, you know, setting things on here, I do want to protect them. I know I should have painted the back of these, but I was kind of going with, there was some stickers on the back or stamps that I was going by to see which end is up as far as when they're folded. That way when I put my design on, I could tell, you know, how to place it, if that makes sense. But in reality, I probably could have figured it out without the stamps or stickers on the back. I could have just marked it somehow, you know, a little arrow, which end is up. I can always paint it later if it, you know, bothers me too much. Gotta say, it's always a little bit gross to me, some of this upholstered stuff, but here I'm just removing the outer layer, and I see that there's another layer that somebody put over here, and that one's really down fastened hard, so I'll probably just leave that one on. Doesn't this fabric just make you smile? I thought these birds are so cute. I had gotten it online this summer, and honestly right now I can't even remember where I got it from, but I'll try to leave a link down below in the description box of the place if I can remember or find my receipt. I am planning on keeping this red fabric on here, so I do have to put probably a white fabric down first, like a plain white one, so that my red won't show through on this light fabric. I don't think it would show through, but it would make it appear just a little bit darker, being that it's, you know, so light. Here I am the next day working on this cover, and I plan to pin my corners and then sew them. I think that will make a nicer corner versus just, you know, folding it in like I did the white part. I'll link this stapler down below in the description box. It's the one I use for all my little upholstery projects. I really like it for small projects like this. Here I'm using paint as my glaze. I wanted to bring out the character in these legs by applying a paint or a glaze. And often, again, I probably choose a glaze, like an antiquing glaze or something that's dark. And I didn't have one on hand, so I'm just using regular paint. It actually works quite well, especially if I have a wet rag to, you know, rub some of it off. With your glaze, it just gives you a little more time to work with. Like, it won't dry as quick, and it's more, the texture is just different. It doesn't soak in as quick. The color of the paint I'm using is called Roasted or Toasted Poppy Seed. It's a really dark gray color. I think it'll go well with some of the gray accents in the fabric. Some of these leg bolts didn't screw in tight anymore, so here I'm just applying an extra screw on some of the legs just to make them more sturdy and so they don't fall out. What a fun project to do. I hope I inspired you to maybe go visit a thrift store and find some treasures, take them home, redo them. Before ending here, I have a new product I want to show you that we have on the Etsy shop. John actually came up with these little crates. I always love when he comes up with items too for the Etsy shop. I think it's so much fun to kind of brainstorm together, but he came up with these cute little crates, as you can see, and they are really well made. If he makes something, it'll be well made, trust me. And we actually ended up putting a pretty little design on the one side of them. This one has the white Cottage company logo on this side, and then there's nothing on this side, so if you prefer to actually have this showing, you could, depending on where you have it setting. And I think we'll also have the option of having them plain with nothing. But the middle one here might interest you. We're actually having a custom option. As you can see, there's an H on here. This will actually be a gift crate for my cousin. And my cousin Michael is helping us out with these. I think I've talked about him before. He started doing a lot of our cutouts, the ones that we used to do with our small CNC router. He actually does now. He has a large CNC and can make things so much faster than we're able to. So that's really helped us out. But he's been making these sides for us. But right now he's on vacation. So these are going to be shipped a little later than our normal shipping would be. So if you do decide to order, we'll probably need 3 to 4 weeks to actually get them into your hands. That will change then once he's back. We do have some in stock, but not a whole lot. So make sure to check those out if you're looking for a pretty crate to maybe fix a gift in, or just one for decorating purposes. As always, I hope your day is going great, and I hope you guys all have a very Merry Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.